All right, welcome everyone to Dynasty Week One. I'm back with the guy Carson. We're gonna preview and go over some of the games that already happened for Week Zero. As you can see, I'm repping Barstool Golf. So this is a paid sponsorship, by the way. We're getting $100 per episode. So
I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the Charlotte.
paid by the Summer League champion Charlotte
Really
Charlotte Charlotte Bobcats. Is that?
coming to an NBA playoffs near you soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we're back.
All right. Well, I mean, it's a perfect time to kick off your victory over Kansas. I mean,
I am Kansas, but
or excuse me, over Charlotte, my alma mater. Honestly, it seems like that score is a little close to comfort. I mean,
listen. I've played. That was maybe my third game I've ever played on the new game.
mhm.
Back a formidable opponent. It was rocking at Jerry Richardson Stadium
Yeah, as it always is.
for the first half. The fans made their way to
Hmm.
softer afterwards, but you know it is what it is. My boy LaShawn Williams, 29 rushes, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. Weren't stopping.
hmm.
He was an unstoppable force. Not to be outdone by Jalen Daniels, 87 yards, 3 touchdowns, no fumbles for a quarterback. Going to be hard to beat that, no matter what.
And 18 rushes for 87 yards and three touchdowns on the ground for JD. I
You
mean, you were disrespecting him earlier. Now are we starting to figure out like this is the truth?
it might be the way. Listen, it's week zero. There's a long way to go, but week zero at a solid. He was only playing Charlotte, so we'll see when we play a real team. How it's going, but
Disrespect to Charlotte already. I
listen,
know, you know,
can't hang with the Power Five speed, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's a different
yeah.
animal.
He made it competitive in that fourth, but it looked like you had a 14-point lead going into that fourth quarter. So
Did yeah, it was a stiff arm the whole time. It was a stiff arm.
yeah. And then other results, Kentucky and Jolly played Ohio, beat them 41-21. Is this a surprise to you at all? I mean, Ohio obviously is kind of in rough shape, but
Yeah,
I haven't seen
and
Miles as a player. Is it?
listen, it's P5 versus G6. It's a different ball game. If you're using a Power Five team and you lose to one of these Group of Six teams, you stink. It's the end of the day. That is what it is. It is what it is. That's why CJ is going winless. I just want to put that out there right. Put that out there right now. Fuck you, CJ.
And this was also a real close game going into the fourth. It was all tied at 21 going into the fourth quarter, and Kentucky finished on a 20-0 run. So I'm sure, Miles for the first game, obviously, playing a power five, like you said, like, he wants to do everything in his power to win. But I mean, obviously kind of disappointing when you're so close and you take it to the fourth quarter and you just, all the wheels, they looked like they just fell off. I mean, zero turnovers for Kentucky the entire game, four turnovers for Miles. So that's something that he probably wants to work on going into week one.
Listen, like I said, they just ran out of gas. I mean, the G6 talent is just not there. It's not there.
It's
There's
not.
the transfer portal exists. You can't make a good G6 team anymore. It is
Yeah,
what.
and speaking of G6, Carson, I mean, talk about a blowout. Michigan and the Fighting Jakes
Okay.
beat ECU 52-17. Apparently, Shoe Clock was on in the second quarter.
Ooh.
Michigan had 521 yards of offense, which includes 32 carries for 118 yards. Wow, this is I thought CJ it sounded like I thought he was going to be competitive. And playing Jake, I know his talent. He's a solid player. But this is just embarrassing.
Listen,
Um,
CJ's garbage. What is there to say? And not only is he ECU, but he's trash. And honestly, Jacobs, he's okay, but he shouldn't be beating you 52-17 or whatever the hell it was.
yeah, I
It's a
mean,
mixture of CJ being a bitch and using ECU. ECU's
yeah,
garbage. Listen, they might beat NC State week one, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about
yeah. This is in the game. This is in the game,
in
specifically the
the
game.
game. ECU is garbage.
But
Come
that's it.
over
That,
ECU himself. ECU always been garbage, always will be garbage.
And that sounds like a preview for week one now. To a game that we're going to go over a little bit later. But I do want to touch on the game of the week first, which is going to be Texas at Ohio State. These are two players that I don't think that you know personally. However, there's a lot of talent on both sides, and both sides want to win that game, start off strong. And this is probably one of the more equal games as far as talent goes. So both of these teams want to start off week one with a W. Um, I do want to kind of get your picks, but first, I kind of want to say that Texas and Ohio State both still have, even though they lost some key players like Will Howard and Quinn Ewers, they got solid backups coming in from last year, and then Ohio State also has one of the most insane receiving cores, probably in college football this year. So with Jeremiah Smith and Tate. So who do you got with this one, Carson?
Listen, I'm going with Arch. It's going to be Texas. The
Texas.
code. He's a cheat code in real life, in the video game, and everywhere. He's
Yeah.
the next starting quarterback of your Dallas Cowboys, Arch Manning.
Ah, wow.
Book that. Book that.
Next starting quarterback going to be thrown to George Pickens.
George Pickens, solid NFL receiver, kind of.
Interesting.
Kind
All right, so I got you down for Texas.
of hook 'em.
I'm going to take Texas on that one too. No disrespect to Ohio State. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change up real quick because home field environment, stadium pulse is a real thing in this game,
And he
as
plays.
I'm sure you've seen.
Hey, neutral site, week one.
Is it a neutral site game
It feels
in
like
real life?
site in real life.
I mean, hold on, let's see if I can. I can probably see it. No, it says Columbus, Ohio, so I'm gonna go with
That is definitely advantage Ohio State. I'm still taking Arch because he's going to go in.
yeah. I mean, still take Arch.
He's
Yeah.
going to see the band. He's going to see. It's not going to matter. Not going to
Next up, we have Charlotte. This time going on the road to Vanderbilt. I think it's Zach's friend Frank. I haven't seen him play before, but obviously Charlotte is looking to bounce back um, and kind of right the wrongs. I mean, Diego Pavia is still at Vanderbilt. I mean, I think honestly, it's going to be another tough task for Zach here, Carson.
listen. I've never seen Frank play, but again, you gotta figure that even though it's Vanderbilt and they're barely Power Five, it still just means a little bit more in the SEC. They're gonna smack them. Charlotte has no chance.
I mean, I
Charlotte
think it's just it comes down.
and user games not in their wheelhouse.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down. It comes down to home field advantage and also comes down to experience. I mean, Clark Lee has been at that program for a couple of years now. He's built it up. This is his best season last year. You got Diego Pavia, is his goal. He said to win a championship. And I think it's just going to be too much for the fighting 49ers. And in real life, this might go the other way, but I think Vandy takes it here, and I think you agree with that.
I
Um,
I can't say I do, but yes, Vandy does take it there. They'll take it there. They'll take it real life today. They'll take it tomorrow, yesterday, any day of the week. Charlotte.
okay. Yeah, it was unnecessary. Next, we're gonna go with three quick CPU versus user games because I think for the most part everyone's gonna have pretty much some success with playing CPUs, especially this week because we don't really have any notable Power Five versus Power Five CPU games. We have Toledo at 1-0 Kentucky. Kentucky has already won a game. They beat Miles' Ohio. I think it stays in Kentucky. I think that's pretty much written on the wall unless you disagree.
Don't
But I'm
pass.
gonna write you down. Yep. Um, I don't know. Some of these, it's gonna be a trap game, especially with it being on Heisman. Some of the players that are new to the game
To know.
are gonna have some trouble, maybe even early. But I really don't think that you should be struggling with Toledo.
No.
Next up, FCS, whatever the hell, at Arkansas. I think Arkansas rolls. The CPU, at
Bread.
least to start the game, um, couldn't punt past 20 yards for FCS teams. So if you can't beat that team, I don't really know what to tell you. Last
Arkansas.
but not least, we have Miami, Ohio at Wisconsin. Wisconsin is Texas from last year. He is very solid at these games, just taking care of business. It doesn't matter who he's playing as long as it's a CPU, then he's going to win that game. So they're going to Camp Randall.
Roll badge.
Um, And next up we have ECU at Kansas. ECU traveling to wherever the hell Topeka, is that where Kansas is? No, Lawrence, Kansas.
Lawrence.
Lawrence, Kansas. Yeah.
Lawrence.
Yeah, so I mean it's I mean the schedule makers obviously just hated CJ because just
Everyone.
handing it to Michigan and then another Big Ten opponent. And this time he has to travel to state a tough environment. It's Rock Chalk Jayhawk over there.
It
I mean,
is.
how are you feeling about this game? Is this going to be like an easy victory for you?
I can't say I'm afraid of CJ. Again, never played him. Don't need to play.
Never played him.
He's a bitch. I'm not giving that kid my time.
Mm.
I'm gonna step on. I'm gonna beat him by 50, and then it's gonna be over. Now, could he win? Maybe, maybe.
Leaving
But
the door open.
today, win or lose, it's still fuck CJ. So
Mm.
that is, my team's mantra going into this week. It's fuck
I
CJ.
just don't feel like you say win or lose. I feel like there has to be some level of confidence. It sounds like there's a sliver of you that thinks that you might lose this game at home,
There's
nonetheless.
any game you can lose. I throw one pick, I throw six. That can always happen.
Hmm.
But I'm not losing to CJ. It's CJ. He's a bitch.
Mm.
Hey,
Yeah,
Kansas minus 28 and a half.
I am going to set lines after this. I will pick Kansas, but I think it will be significantly closer than his opponent versus or his Michigan game last week. But I think Kansas gets it done here. Jaden Daniels, excuse me, not Jaden, Jalen Daniels has had a solid start, and I think if you can continue to utilize that run game, both on the ground, I just don't think ECU has the talent to compete with your roster. Now that being said, you've had some shaky opponents in the preseason. Losing that badly to somebody was a little crazy. But I think it's not going to translate here. I think you're going to go ahead and take care of business. Next up, we got Penn State at Arizona State. Penn State was UNC last year. Arizona State was Miami in our dynasty. So two players that are very solid. Arizona State is very good offensively. That being said, I don't know how much talent that team has lost. I don't know. Arizona State, obviously, they lost star running back. What's his name? You remember?
Scatabo.
Cam Scatabo, yeah. So I don't know how Kenny Dillingham's team over there is looking right now. This is obviously a very tough opponent. Penn State didn't lose anybody last year. They lost their starting tight end to the draft, I believe, but that was pretty much it. They might still have a good tight end, but they definitely have Drew Aller still and Singleton. So that roster is loaded and ready to go. This is going to be an interesting game. What are you thinking here?
Is that a good thing that they have Drew Aller? Do I recall Drew Aller blowing their semifinal game last year? Am I recalling that correctly? Is that a good
You're
thing?
recalling that correctly. However, when they're putting in the ratings, they don't look at that specific game and are like
I'm also
they're
going to
still
tell
going to give him a 93, 94, 95 overall because he's a 17th year senior. So
listen, you said which one of these teams was UNC last year? I'm taking
uh,
I'm taking the other guy who never had anything to do with
mm,
it. I'm taking him. That's the guy who's gonna
interesting.
that's the guy who's gonna win.
I like the pick. That's a home field advantage pick there because Penn State is on the road. So I am gonna fade you though. I think this is a good opportunity to get some money back here. I'm taking Penn State. I think that roster is just too loaded. Um, Next up, we have Ohio at Michigan.
Ooh,
Miles traveling on the road
ooh, I
to
like
go to Michigan. I think uh, this is going to be another tough one. I think I haven't seen Miles play at all. Obviously losing, but he was really competitive in that game versus Kentucky. I think he has the recipe. He just has to have a complete game, and then that will work out well for him. But right now, it's big. The big house is probably a top 10 stadium pulse. So it's gonna be a tough task. But if Miles can utilize the ground game, I think there's a recipe that he will be close in the fourth quarter, and that's all you can ask for going to the big house.
That's all you can ask for. Listen, I don't see a world in which Ohio goes into the big house and wins ever, ever. But if there was a time, there's always a chance Jake's EA play runs out in the third quarter and Miles gets an auto win. So anything can happen.
Hmm.
Anything can happen.
You've obviously seen Jake very stoned too, so normally that doesn't really play a factor because it's
Because Miles
you
the same way, so it evens out. So it that
know,
I don't think that'll be an issue. It's more of a fact: will the EA play expire during the matchup?
will
That
the
is
EA.
the
I
asking.
mean, so far we're good.
Good so.
So
I mean, you get some Ultimate Team in there. You never know.
yeah, we played some Ultimate Team earlier, so he might have utilized his last 15 minutes. So and then the final matchup is a very weird one. This is like Nebraska's AD must have been drunk when he scheduled this, but Nebraska on the road at Liberty. This is a Thursday night game in Lynchburg. Um,
Oh no.
Not really sure what the AD was thinking there. I don't know
Oh,
if there's some sort of deal, but this game's at 9 o'clock um, at Falwell Stadium.
go Jerry.
But I've heard things that Roosh is a solid player. In the in, well, I'm trying to talk him up, give him some confidence so I can smack the shit out of him. But
He.
um, no,
You're
not
lying.
solid player.
You're lying to yourself if you're trying to call him a solid player.
But no, I think this is gonna be interesting. I think both teams, this is their first game on the schedule, right? I think I feel like it's gonna be a little bit closer than people think just because Nebraska, honestly, other than the talent at quarterback, is not solid all the way around. There's some weaknesses on the roster. It's an 84 overall. Liberty is one of the more competitive G6 teams. So if Roosh is dialed, I think it can be a very close game. But I think, speaking from confidence, I think Nebraska takes this one.
Yeah, I think Nebraska wins in a rout.
Mm.
Rout.
I would
Liberty
love to start off the season
Stadium.
with the run.
Liberty. There's no stadium pulse. It just feels like you're not supposed to be there when you're there.
Mm.
Liberty feels like.
Is it past curfew? Is that
If they
why?
get past curfew, they'll stop the game. They'll send everyone home. Hey, we'll pick it up in the morning
That
after
might
after Sunday mass. We'll pick it up then.
it might be a situation where the game is just called,
Yeah.
and
And
Nebraska better hope that they're winning,
you
regardless if it's the first quarter or 5 minutes left. I mean that they scheduled that game at 9, and I know curfew's at like 9:30, so I think
at that point, you're the coach. You're just looking for that invite back to Jerry Falwell's pool house.
yeah. I think what I've heard is that the Liberty coach, I mean, according to these allegations, has already been kind of involved with that whole situation,
That
and
makes sense, from top down.
yeah,
Top.
and I heard their QB also got in trouble. So we have a we
Yeah,
have
he
an interesting.
his parents didn't check him out, so he's facing some strict discipline right now from the higher ups. That the higher ups being Jesus Christ himself.
I think it's just something to look out for. But no, that's a pretty solid week one slate. We have a lot of user games, only three user versus CPUs. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, obviously, these non-conferences, I tried to make them as kind of entertaining as possible, scheduling a lot of former dynasty opponents kind of together if they weren't in the same conference already. So everyone's going to have to earn their playoff spot. Um, and it starts in week one. It already started in week zero. Obviously, you and Kentucky as well as Jake at Michigan has kind of established themselves. Now it's go time. So play your games Monday at 10. Well, I'm about to advance it here in a second, and then Thursday at 10 p.m. we'll advance to week two, but get those games in. Uh, Go not watch the Hornets this year because they're not going to make the playoffs.
Hornets
And
finish
yeah,
plus 1,400 bet of the year.
no,
But hey,
don't bet it unless you want to donate to Vegas.
Charlotte basketball is back. I love UConn
Yeah,
Nickel.
Charlotte 49ers basketball is back. All right, we'll see you later.